Hi, my name is Sydney and today I am so excited to share with you my bookshop map. So I'm self-employed and I have the privilege of being able to travel around the US and around the world quite frequently. And on my travels, I make it a point to stop at as many bookstores as I can. I love finding really cool and unique independent bookshops around the world, as well as finding some comfort in Barnes & Nobles and Waterstones and other bookstores like this. I find a lot of bookstores by just walking around cities, as well as looking on Google Maps, and I find quite a lot through social media. So anytime I see a video of a really cool bookstore, I save the video and then I put it onto this bookstore map. Within this map, I have different layers and colors that coordinate to different kinds of bookstores, such as used bookstores, chains, independent, international, and in the States. So within this map, I have different layers and different colors that coordinate to different kinds of bookstores, such as used bookstores, independent bookstores, abroad versus in the States, etc., etc. I also have an entire layer of bookstores that I have yet to visit but really want to. And now I have this book map for whenever I travel. The next time I go to California, I know there are bookstores there that I want to visit, or if I ever go back to London, I can very easily find the bookstores that I went to before and loved and would like to visit again. So I'm going to show you how I made this map, and I'm also going to show you the map itself. There's a lot to show you, so let's dive right in. Okay, we are now in my computer, and this is my bookstore map. As you can see, there are quite a few already on this map, highly concentrated around the East Coast and around Northern Europe because this is where I mostly travel. So I built this map using Google My Maps. It is completely free and I use this so much for all of my travels and a lot of my other things that I keep track of. But as you can see, it is the entire world. So I'm going to take you through each of the layers and some specific books and how I use this map. So first of all, over on this left-hand side, you can have different layers, and within each layer, I gave each one a different color coordination so that I immediately can look at a pinpoint and know which one it goes to, and it makes it a lot easier for me to then add books afterwards. So I changed the little icons individually all to these little book icons because obviously I want it to be more bookish. So the icons don't matter, it's the colors that we're looking at. So my first layer over here are all my independent bookstores in the US. So for each one, I normally have taken a picture and I gave a little bit of a description of what this bookstore is. I don't do this for all of the bookstores I've been to, but it is helpful for me to kind of getting back into the mindset of what that bookstore was like, and it helps people who want to visit it. So let's zoom into the United States here for a little bit. So when you kind of scroll over all of the bookstores over here, they will pop up out of the little masses, so you can see where all of these independent bookstores that I've visited are. And these are just the bookstores that I've visited in the last 2 years. There are probably dozens of others that I've visited in my lifetime that I don't remember, and so they're not on this map. So all of these colored ones are ones that I've been to in the last few years, especially in the past year. So some of these just have pictures, some of them just have descriptions, some of them have nothing. My next category are discount bookstores. So this is going to be large bookstores that for some reason or another give their books that are like new. They're not necessarily used, but they can be, but they are new or like new, but they're at a discounted rate. So I have 2 so far that I've been to. And then next I have used bookstores. So these are actual books that were either donated or they bought off of them and are being sold for a cheaper price. These are all ones that I have been to, and sometimes if I found it because of a TikTok video or some other social media video, I will link that video in there. My next category are bookstore cafes. I obviously love visiting bookstores and sitting down for a while and having a drink or a snack, so I give them their own special color and category because I love them so much. So I have 2 so far. And along those same veins, I also have bookstore bars, which are just the coolest things in my opinion. Next, I do have a whole level just for Barnes & Noble. I've definitely been to way more Barnes & Noble than this, but I only really put them on there if I've been to them a ton of times or if I think that they are just really nice Barnes & Nobles. My next category are going to be independent bookstores internationally. So most of them have been in Europe because that's where I've been for the last few years. And they are all the way across Europe. So I usually have taken photos in there, so I will include the photos, but these are all just really, really great bookshops that I've had the pleasure to visit myself. My next category are bookstore chains international. As you can see, I very clearly love my Waterstones. I gave them their own color, so they are all black. I've been to all of these Waterstones. But I also have other chains, so like Daunt Books, Blackwell Books, all of these are other international chains, so they are all under a purple category. And next, I've actually had the pleasure to go to a few used bookstores internationally. I would love to be able to go and like do whole hauls from them, but obviously I'm across an ocean, so I try not to take too many books, but they are really lovely to walk through. And lastly, I'm sure you've been wondering what all of these yellow points are, and these are all of the bookstores I have yet to visit. These are all ones that I want to. A lot of them I have found through YouTube, through social media places, or I know about them some way or another, and these are all just bookstores that I want to visit. So for example, I have all these yellow points on my map. In June, I actually took a road trip all the way across the states to Colorado and back and was able to visit quite a lot of these bookstores that I had not been to before. So next time if I want to drive to Texas or want to do a California road trip or just go visit LA, there are bookstores here that I know I want to visit. So I have these as a jumping off point. And if I want to go, I will, of course, look around the map, and I'll be adding more bookstores to this that I visit in person. There aren't that many around Europe that I haven't been to that I really want to go to. I'm very privileged in that I've been able to travel a lot to the ones I want to go to, but there are always going to be more bookstores that I figure out about or that open up that I will want to visit. So do you have any bookstores that are not on these lists that you think I should visit? Please, please, please drop their information below. I would love to go see them. And that was my bookstore map. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. I use this thing quite a lot. Anytime I find a new bookstore, it is going in this map. Please, if you have any favorite bookstores that you've been to or have yet to go to, please drop them in the comments below so I can add them to the map. And if you would like access to it, there is a link down below that includes access for you to see all the bookstores that I've ever found and have yet to visit. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you get to find some really cool bookstores near you.